Welcome back to Voice and Vision, the podcast where we unpack the spoken reality of personal growth, identity, and the courage it takes to live life genuinely. I am AJ and I am your host. In our episode, we talked about the journey of resilience. We learned from Gino's experience how to build our own empire by minding what we have now and by having that passionate heart to build what we want to achieve in life. But today, we are tackling another story, and this is all about the price of people pleasing. Most of us are taught from the very beginning, or when we were younger, that being nice, accommodating, and avoiding conflict makes us good. But what happens when being good to everyone else means being deeply dishonest to yourself? What is the hidden tax we pay in resentment, burnout, and lost identity when we constantly say yes, even when our souls are screaming no? To help us break down this emotional transaction today, we are joined by a very distinguished person, the CEO and founder of C Labs Marketing Agency in Vietnam, and a businessman himself. Let's give a big round of applause to Ju Hong Lee. How are you feeling today?
I'm good.
Now, welcome to Voice and Vision, and it's our great privilege to have you with us today. So our topic for today is the price of people pleasing. I think this is quite normal to Asian people because Asian people have that, family-oriented culture. We do always think about our family, our friends, and even the people around us. So when you hear about the word people pleasing, what comes in your mind?
To be honest, I am not the kind of a guy to try my best to please other people. I am doing my best to please myself. But as you mentioned, like when I was a kid, my parents or my teacher, they try to tell me to be a good guy, nice guy, kind to other people, don't be rude, and it made me to say difficult no to other people. So for a certain period, maybe until I become all grown up, I was a little bit afraid of saying no to other people, even though I didn't want.
Right.
But I'm at some point, I guess the point actually made by my personal relationship with my ex girlfriends. So when I had the relationship with them, I realized that it's not their answer to the all problem solving. So sometimes if I say yes, even though I don't want to say yes, and it just make the situation even worse.
That's right. So you choose to just agree and say yes so that it will not be lengthened, right?
Right. So nowadays I try to say something very straightforward, even though it makes the situation like when I say no at the point, the atmosphere, the vibe, a little bit awkward,
Right.
and someone sometimes got hurt, but it turns out with a long-term view, but that actually solved the problem and issue more effectively. And the first time when I say no, it's quite difficult, but once I build my kind of the position that okay, he's the straightforward guy, and then after that, it's much easier to say no.
Right. So I think from that experience, you're able to show to your friends and the people around you who you are. And because they know your personality already, they tend to accept and adjust from the situation. So they don't really judge you for just saying yes or no, but because they know that you're becoming more straightforward this time, so they just respect that. Now, have you ever struggled with people pleasing in your life? Most especially doing business, like you have to please your clients, right? And sometimes not all clients are happy with our work. So maybe I don't know if in your case, but for me, I did encounter a lot of situations where some clients are not happy. So how do you keep that kind of momentum to ensure that you please them?
Yeah, we're a marketing agency, so we provide a marketing service to our clients. So basically, we manage their marketing on the behalf of our client because they don't have a lot of staff, a lot of manpower, a lot of resource. So we're just doing the marketing for them. However, anyway, they are the client. They pays
Right.
they pays the fee. So even though we are trying to have their very good partnership equally, but sometimes they force us to do something by their way. However, sometimes it's totally like doesn't make sense. Sometimes it totally doesn't make sense. It's not a right way because we're dear marketing people. We have done this kind of
Right.
same things a lot, so we know like other cases. We know some successful case, unsuccessful case. So based on our experience, we are trying to convince them this is not a right way and you should do it in another way. Some clients they wouldn't like listen to our advice and
Right.
they
Right.
feel really bad. They feel like how dare you're just an agency,
Oh.
we're the client, we pay for it, so you do as what I said. So some clients they have very I would say strong,
Open-mindedness.
yeah, strong ego.
Right.
They are not willing to listen to our feedback or opinion. In that case, I am doing my best
To meet
to
halfway.
say no with a really, really gentle and kind and polite, but still persuasive way. That's really difficult part.
I like that term kind and gentle because the next question is related to that. Now, how do you separate genuine kindness from unhealthy people pleasing? Like a while ago, you said, like, even if to some extent it's not really sincere, but you have to say it in a kinder and a more gentle way to please them, right? So, how do you separate like genuine kindness from unhealthy people pleasing? Like, when can you determine that this is genuine kindness to people based on your observation, not just necessarily from your experience, but from the people around you? How do you separate genuine kindness from unhealthy people pleasing?
Most cases, from my previous experience, kind words doesn't mean anything. So even though I listen to very kind and nice word from other people, that doesn't give me a lot of impression. I just see. I try to see their behavior, their action. So people can say anything they want. It's like it doesn't cost at all,
Right.
right?
That's
But
really true.
if they do something actually with their action, there is some consequence. So with that outcome, I try to judge whether it is the real, the genuine kindness or not. So the saying is actually meaningless.
So you're more observant, right? So everyone can say anything they want to say, but the action matters. So because sometimes like words are quite inconsistent with how we act. I
Right.
can relate from that one personally. So it's easy to say words, but to live with these words, it's quite challenging, right? Now, what are the earliest warning signs that someone is a chronic people pleaser? Like maybe you have friends, or maybe you've known me for quite a while. So, what are the signs where you can say, "Oh, this person is just pleasing me," and this person is not really genuinely showing his true identity or character.
In Korea, maybe I can only talk about the cases from Korean people. Some Korean people, uh, we don't call each other brother or sister easily
Right.
in Korean language. We try to keep saying some sentence very polite way. If you don't know that person a lot, or you haven't spent a lot of time together, try to keep polite, and by being polite, we keep some kind of a distance, but it's not like too far. We just keep the distance, try to make the balance. Of course, if we spend more and more times, we get close. And that time, we just speak whatever we want to say, regardless of how polite or not. But some people, they move forward so fast. For example,
Okay.
someone younger than me, of course, in Korea, I am their big brother.
Yes.
In Korean language, they can call me 형. But even though someone is younger than me, if we meet under some business situation, if that person is not like my long time known friends, I also tell very polite sentence. I don't say yeah or you.
Right.
No, I
Okay.
call them like a Mr. Kim.
Mm.
So, but some people, they skip that part so fast.
Right.
So it's kind of one of my signal. That person tried to be close so fast by saying some sentence or the words that is actually used for only really, really close people, even though we are not. So
Oh,
in that
that's
case, I have some kind of
welcome to the very
okay,
first episode of
warning
Voice and
signal
Vision,
goes
the
here.
podcast where we. I think that's really very relatable because I would say like some people or maybe me myself, like I'm quite very fast in relationship, right? I tend to appreciate people easily, and sometimes I fail to put some walls and distance and boundaries, and I just welcome these people easily to my life. And what I learned from that experience or from your sentences is that like you need to let the relationship grow. You don't have to do the shortcut, and you have to wait for the perfect time for it to blossom. And when that happens, it's more matured, like it's more treasurable, because sometimes people are rushing, right, to build the relationship, and when they rush a lot, it also ruins the relationship easily. So I need to reflect and learn from that kind of aspect. Now, why do we feel like our worth is tied to make everyone else happy? Like, for example, in the Philippines, we do have such kind of moral obligations to our family. So even if we're working abroad, we need to work hard and think of our family back in our country and support them all the way. It's the same situation with our relatives or even with our friends. We are kind of people who are like one call away people. And do you think that to some extent people's worth is tied to making the people around them happy? So your worth depends on how you make the other people happy, or you don't care about what they say and how do they perceive you as a person?
Sometimes I care, but at the moment, recently, I'm trying not to care about the other people's emotions. If I pay too much attention to other people's emotion, sometimes I cannot control my own emotions well. So sometimes I try to be away from other people and stay alone and try to listen to my own
Inner self,
voice.
inner self, right?
Yeah, own voice.
Right.
And I try to read my own emotion. So sometimes, also, if I really care about someone else, my family, my close friends, my girlfriends, also I try to read their emotions.
Mm.
But I would say, no matter who that person is, don't forget that the number one priority is actually your emotion. So, and their emotion is 1.1 priority 1.1. Yeah.
That's so great. Like your number one priority should be your own peace, your own
Right.
emotion, right? Because if you really care about others' emotions, then sometimes it would bring you negative energy as
Right.
well. And when that happens, it makes the situations like more awkward.
Of course. Once you are happy,
Right.
you can make other people happy.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when you're happy, you also like give this kind of energy to people. Now, do you agree with this kind of statement that when you become a people pleaser, then it will turn out that people will just like you because of what you bring on the table and not necessarily of who you are? Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Sometimes I have witnessed that kind of cases a lot, especially men and women when they meet for the first time. Normally, guys, they are trying to
Impress.
yeah with a very sweet
Right. The first impression, right? Well, showing or
yeah.
building the first impression tactic.
Yeah. I I think it's quite common, right? Not
Right.
only in Korea, in
I think
Philippines.
in any part of the world, it's quite common. We want to give the best impression at
Right.
first,
And
but the problem here is how we sustain that impression, because your true color will really show up along the way, and it's so hard,
I feel like it's kind of a debt. Someday you will pay.
right?
And also the job interview as well. A similar situation, right?
Right.
The interviewee, they are trying
To impress,
say the best thing they can say,
to
but
sell themselves.
later it's also
That's true.
their debt.
Right. I've observed that one. I've interviewed also some people. And then, oh, you did tell me about this, but I can reflect because when I was an employee as well, like I did try my best to impress my boss. And then when I was there, I was thinking like, oh, I cannot do it actually, right? Now, what is the biggest personal or emotional price people pay for this habit? So when we're succumbed to being a people pleaser, what biggest personal or emotional price do we pay?
For example, if you are afraid of saying no because you don't want to offend them, you worry about them, I believe it gives consistent damage on yourself gradually. So it also gives a very bad impact on your relationship with a close friend or friends or a colleague. So uh, sometimes I try to say something in a gentle and kind of way, but anyway, you needed to stop worrying about some consequence after you say no.
Right.
Uh, in our company, I often give the advice to our managers when they have some problem with their team members. They are a bit afraid of saying something strong.
Mhm.
But in the case, I always give them, don't worry, I will always support you. And just think about it. if you have to kill the person and you really, really care about the person's pain, why don't you just shoot like a one clean shot on their head rather than stab so many times? So no matter how you try to make the story good, eventually it will become a long story. Long story. So you stab that person so many times. So I always tell them just shoot them in their head, clean one shot, and then they will recover much faster.
I think I need to learn from that. Last night I had like a fight with my teacher, like I
Mm.
mean like one of our coaches. And then because I was assuming that things happened, and she was not able to inform us ahead of time about late submission of something. And then I realized, like, you're right. If you want to support, if you really understand the situation, you don't have to talk a lot. You just one shot, and then that's enough. That's the true sincerity of being a supportive person. So last night, like, I was really thinking heavily. I think I'm not a good n- how do you call it, director of the company, and I felt like I am very particular with the outcome and not necessarily on how also these people struggle along the way. So I need to really learn how to be supportive in a more sincere and genuine way. And if that happens, then they will be more, they will love what they do, and they will reciprocate that kind of, energy as well to you. So they will be taking much more of accountability and responsibility because they feel like you as a boss is really doing your best to also support them. And yeah, I'm still on the process of learning. And last night was like really giving me such kind of realization that for people to stay in your life, you have to also make sure that you are worthy of their energy and of their time. And yeah, I think kindness reciprocates kindness. So if you are sowing insincere kindness as well, you will get that karmic result of insincere kindness from people. So great. Now, what is a very small, simple boundary someone can practice setting today? Like if you were to advise people who are watching us today, what is a very small, simple boundary someone can practice setting today?
Saying no every day,
Mm,
every day.
practice the habit of saying no.
Yeah. Uh, it doesn't mean you need to become some negative person, but when you say no, you don't need to explain a lot,
Right.
a lot. So sometimes you deliver some message most clearly and directly by saying no.
Right.
But some people they try to say that message
And then explain a lot.
a lot. It's not a they try to detour a lot,
Mm,
long way, long way. So if someone still pay too much attention about other people's emotion and try to please other people, and they waste their energy for other people's emotion, in their like a normal life, try to say no, even for the small things.
right.
Some of my friends, Korean tourists, when they come to Vietnam, you see a lot of staff, Vietnamese, a lot of waitress,
Yes.
Grab driver. They ask sometimes some tip, and they forced to buy some products that we don't need.
Right.
Some of my Korean friends, or even my mom, my family, they
Support.
Yeah, they just pay because
Yeah.
they don't want to say no.
Mm,
So I always tell them this is the beginning. If you can say tell no to the small things, you can tell some no to the very important things and
That's
yeah.
really true. Right. So if you are used to just saying yes and refuse to say no, even in small things, then it can multiply. So when you encounter bigger decisions later on, it's so hard for you
Right.
to say no.
If you don't say no, of course you needed to spend your money. But sometimes they don't want to give the money, but they also don't want to say no, and they are giving another story or excuse. They never give up. They keep asking you, but for example, oh, I don't have a cash, I don't have the small money. It makes the situation worse. So if you just directly say no, they will give up and they will find
Right.
another options.
But not
This
all people, Juhong, like not all people have the same mentality. So, for example, to people who feel the intense guilt when they say no, because unlike you already have that personality built in your system that I'll just say no whenever I say no, and I'm really firm with it. But not all of our viewers, of all people out there, have that kind of courage to just say no. I think it depends on your background and culture as well. So how do we handle the intense guilt that comes the first time we say no? Like if you feel guilt in it, like what can you say to these people to not be guilty of saying no?
of course, no is not some wrong word. You don't have to feel guilty at all. If you give some, for example, wrong true hurt to other people, I mean, I would say you're kind of telling a lie.
Right.
If you don't like, you have to tell very honestly that I don't like it. It's very helpful
For the other people
other
as well.
people or the next time. For example, if you so your girlfriend cook for you,
Right.
you taste it.
And you don't like it.
It's not about that. It's a very dangerous story, but yeah, I would try to give some
Feedback. Yeah.
But if, for example, you know that I cannot eat the spicy food.
Right.
I
Yes.
cannot.
Yes.
I cannot. But some people misunderstand. Hey, Korean people all like a spicy food. They love it. But no, I'm not. So in the case, let's just say my girlfriend cooked for very spicy food. I should tell
That you don't
the
eat.
person, sorry, I cannot eat because I can. I would die if I take a spicy food. So I would tell the honest story. Otherwise, I'm dead and she becomes a killer, right?
Right.
Nothing is good.
So at least you have to inform ahead. You have to let the people be aware as well. And that only happens when you're true to yourself and you really are able to tell these people that I don't like this. Because if you're also like becoming a people pleaser, then people assume that it's okay. And that's why they're cooking a spicy food, right?
So after you say no, that's a good point. After you say no, you also give them the honest feedback about what I like.
Right.
Give them some alternative.
Right.
Give them the option. So that's just one way turn down.
It.
Give them another option, right?
There are a lot of options available, not just the spicy food.
Right.
That can make you happy. So thank you for that one, like Juhong. After hearing Juhong's words, it turns out that people pleasing isn't actually an act of love for others, but it's an act of fear for ourselves. Every time we say an insincere yes just to keep the peace, we are starting a small war within our own skin. The price of keeping everyone else comfortable is far too high if it requires ourselves to disappear. As we wrap this episode of Voice and Vision, I want everyone to remember this. Let your yes mean yes, and let your no mean no. And trust that the people who truly belong in your life will love you for your boundaries, your imperfections, and not just your availability. Once again, this is Voice and Vision. See you next time.